My beloved child. Before the first sunrise painted the sky, before mountains stood tall, before oceans found their shores, I was already there. I did not become king because someone placed a crown upon my head. I have always been the king above every king, the lord above every lord, the one whose authority cannot be shaken by time, fear, or darkness. The world will tell you that power belongs to those who possess wealth, armies, or influence. But my kingdom is not built on fear. My kingdom stands on truth, justice, mercy, and everlasting love. No storm has ever weakened my throne. No enemy has ever stolen my victory. No force in heaven or on earth can stop what I have declared. You have walked through seasons when it seemed as if evil was winning. You looked around and wondered why injustice appeared stronger than goodness. You questioned whether your prayers had reached me. In those moments, I saw every tear. I heard every whispered cry. I never abandoned you, even when silence surrounded your heart. Remember this today: silence is not absence. Waiting is not rejection. Delay is not defeat. I am working even when your eyes cannot see it. Many people believe that the strongest person is the one who never falls. But I tell you, true strength is found in those who trust me after every fall. The enemy wants you to believe that your failures define your future. He wants fear to become your identity. But I call you by another name. I call you chosen. I call you redeemed. I call you mine. Look at the history of my faithfulness. Kingdoms have risen and fallen. Empires once believed they would rule forever, yet they disappeared like dust carried by the wind. My kingdom alone remains unchanged. When darkness covered the earth, my light continued to shine. When hope disappeared, I became hope. When people believed the story had ended, I began writing a new chapter. That is who I am. I am the King of Kings. The unstoppable one. Nothing surprises me. Nothing intimidates me. My beloved child. Do not be afraid of the storm that stands before you. A storm may shake the trees, stir the sea, and darken the sky, but it cannot shake my throne. I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. What feels overwhelming to you is never beyond my control. There are moments when you ask, Lord, where are you? You search for signs, hoping for immediate answers. Yet even when you cannot feel my presence, I am closer than your next breath. I have not stepped away. I have not forgotten your name. I know every concern hidden deep within your heart. The world measures victory by what can be seen. I measure victory by what is taking place within your spirit. Before I change your circumstances, I often strengthen your heart. Before I open a new door, I prepare you to walk through it with wisdom and humility. Do not mistake preparation for delay. Every season has a purpose. Every challenge carries a lesson. Every step of faith draws you closer to the future I have prepared. When fear whispers that you are too weak, remember this: your strength does not come from yourself alone. It comes from the one who formed the stars and called every one of them by name. If I can hold the universe together, I can certainly hold your life together. Many people run when difficulties appear. They believe the battle is already lost. But my beloved child, the greatest victories are often born in the middle of the hardest battles. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Strong trees grow through fierce winds. Faith becomes unshakable when it chooses to trust me despite uncertainty. Do not let disappointment become your master. Do not allow yesterday's failures to define tomorrow's possibilities. The pages behind you have already been written, but the pages ahead are still being filled with hope. Lift your eyes beyond the present moment. See with faith instead of fear. There are blessings on the horizon that you cannot yet imagine. There are prayers I am answering in ways you have. My beloved child. There will be days when the road feels longer than your strength. There will be nights when silence seems louder than every answer you have been waiting to hear. In those moments, do not let your heart surrender to fear. Lift your eyes beyond what is visible, because what you cannot see is often greater than what stands before you. You think the battle has only begun, but I tell you this, I have never entered a battle without knowing the victory that awaits. Nothing catches me by surprise. Every obstacle that appears impossible to you has already been measured by my wisdom. Every mountain has a limit. Every storm has an ending. Every season of pain has a purpose. Do not believe the voice that says you are forgotten. I know your name. I know your story. I know the dreams you have hidden inside your heart. I know the prayers you have spoken through tears when no one else was listening. Not one of those prayers has been lost. Not one tear has fallen without my notice. Even when the answer seems delayed, my love for you has never been delayed. I am shaping your character while preparing your future. I am building your faith while opening doors that no one can close. Sometimes you ask me to remove the mountain. Sometimes I choose to strengthen you so you can climb it, for when you reach the summit, you will discover that the courage you gained was a greater gift than the easy path you desired. Remember this truth. The strongest trees do not grow in perfect weather. The brightest stars shine in the darkest skies. The deepest faith is born when trust remains, even without immediate answers. You were not created to live as a prisoner of fear. You were created to walk in hope, wisdom, and courage. Every new sunrise is a reminder that my mercy is fresh again. Yesterday's mistakes do not have the final word. Your future is not chained to your past. Release the weight of regret. Release the burden of bitterness. Release the fear of failure. Those heavy chains. My beloved child. Do not allow the word impossible to take root in your heart. The world often uses that word when it reaches the limits of human understanding. But I am not limited by human strength, human wisdom, or human timing. What seems impossible to people is never beyond my reach. There are seasons when you feel as though every door has been closed. You have knocked with hope, only to be met with silence. You have prayed with faith, only to wonder why nothing seems to change. Yet I tell you this, a closed door does not mean I have abandoned you. Sometimes I close a door to protect you from a path that would have led to pain. Sometimes I keep you waiting because I am preparing something far greater than you expected. Trust me, even when you do not understand. Faith is not the absence of questions. Faith is choosing to walk forward while believing that I am leading every step. You are not walking through this life alone. Every moment you feel weak, I am your strength. Every moment you feel confused, I am your wisdom. Every moment you feel lost, I am the light that guides your path. Do not believe the lie that your life has no purpose. You were created with intention. You were formed with love. You were given gifts that no one else can use in exactly the same way. The world does not need another copy of someone else. It needs the person I created you to be. Stop comparing your journey with the journey of others. Comparison steals joy and weakens gratitude. I have written a different story for every heart. Some stories bloom quickly. Others take time to unfold. But every story that remains in my hands has meaning. The enemy wants you to become discouraged before the breakthrough arrives. He whispers that nothing will ever change. He reminds you of every failure while hiding every lesson you have learned. Do not listen to that voice, listen to mine. My voice calls you forward. My voice speaks peace in the middle of confusion. My voice reminds you that, my beloved child, there are crowns that people chase with endless ambition. They seek recognition, applause, and power, believing these things will bring lasting peace. Yet every earthly crown eventually fades. Every kingdom built on pride will one day crumble. Every treasure gathered without wisdom will lose its value. But my kingdom is different. My crown cannot be stolen. My authority cannot be challenged. My love cannot be exhausted. And my promises cannot be broken. Do not let your heart become consumed by the temporary things of this world. Success without peace will leave the soul empty. Wealth without love will never satisfy the deepest longing within you. Recognition without truth is only a shadow that disappears with time. Seek what is eternal. Build your life upon honesty. Walk with compassion. Choose humility over pride. These treasures never lose their worth. I know there have been moments when you questioned your own value. You looked at your failures and believed they defined you. You compared yourself to others and wondered if you would ever be enough. Listen carefully, my beloved child. Your value has never been determined by your achievements. Your worth has never depended on the opinions of people. You are valuable because you were created with purpose, dignity, and love. Do not allow rejection to become your identity. Do not allow disappointment to become your future. A single difficult season does not define the rest of your story. There are chapters ahead that you have not yet seen. There are blessings already moving toward you. There are opportunities being prepared that will arrive at the right time. Until that day comes, remain faithful in the small things. Speak kindly. Act honestly. Help those who cannot repay you. Forgive even when it feels difficult. Love without expecting anything in return. These quiet acts of goodness may seem unnoticed by the world, but they are never unnoticed by me. Every seed of kindness you plant has the potent